Journey with us as we go to try some fantastic food from some fantasy locations, from Pokemon to Star Wars. We're going to dive in. This week, we're going to dive into the Kanto region. I'm here with Landon, who, of course, has no idea what I'm talking about because he didn't grow up playing Pokemon whatsoever. But we're going to try some food, talk some tech, and what do you think about that?
Let's do it.
Yeah. So first up, we have the Charmander's Punch. It's a orange soda-based drink with cinnamon syrup, ginger syrup, some lemon juice, and some orange slices.
Sounds horrid.
And it may be.
All right. So Charmander's Punch. So it should have a little kick to it, right?
I certainly hope so. It's going to blow your socks off.
There's cinnamon in that.
Your favorite.
There's definitely cinnamon in that.
See, you taste the cinnamon, I taste the ginger.
I do not taste any ginger in that.
Now, let's suppose for a moment, I'll break this down. You, of course, didn't know Charmander or Charizard till the beginning of this week. Charmander being a lizard that basically can breathe fire, as a fire tail. If you put the fire out on his tail, you more or less kill this creature.
Yep, I did learn that.
Again, in the Kanto region, like any other region, it starts off, the kids get given, at basically around the age of 10, a choice of 3 Pokemon. In this case, we're going to focus purely on Charmander. If you were given Charmander as a pet, and you're meant to be leading him around, what are some smart home safety systems you could put in to keep your house safe from being burned down?
Oh, that's a good one. Well, I would say carpet is probably out. You do not want carpet in your house.
Imagine melted nylon everywhere.
It's going to be melted, especially with the new pet safe. I don't know if when they say pet safe, I don't think they were thinking about a fire dinosaur roaring through your house. So,
yeah. If they were, I'm not sure how that's going to feel.
Yeah, I might have to test some carpets on this channel later, see how many would hold up to a
flamethrower.
To a flamethrower going through. But yeah, I definitely think tile in your house would be the first thing I would think of. Get rid of the hardwood floors, tile.
Maybe some fireproof sheetrock.
Yeah, some fireproof sheetrock. Maybe leather furniture. I don't know if leather furniture. Although I still feel like that.
It's got to be the real leather, not that plastic.
Yeah,
crap.
I can't do the plastic leather. Maybe get those fiberglass fire blankets that they have at the fire department. You know, get some. Yeah. They're not warm. They're not comfortable, but they are fire resistant.
Make a pet bed so at least he's not burning the house down while he sleeps.
Yeah, so he's got fire blankets. Just
what about smart smoke alarm systems? Are you putting sprinklers in? Are you doing like what type of steps are you taking from the technology?
From what I could find on YouTube in 30 seconds, I don't see much smoke coming off the guy. It literally looks like a clean burning propane. So maybe it's a clean burning gas. I don't even know.
As long as he's not lighting something up that's putting off gases, he's not setting it off.
Above the handicap hallways, like extra wide hallways and stuff. Think about that, I guess.
You better hope that guy doesn't turn around and accidentally light your couch on fire.
Exactly.
Now, in today's world, when you adopt a pet, right, you get maybe some care instructions, maybe a starter kit. I mean, you're married to a vet. So you've seen people kind of come into a new pet owner, they get some advice, right?
Yep.
In the Pokemon world, like I said, they're starting off a 10-year-old kid. They're sending him out into the world with this more or less monster, for lack of better words. They were called pocket monsters once upon a time, right? If you were to design a kit structured around a Charmander, you're sending these kids out into the world. What are you sending with them? So that they don't, again, they're not burning down a house, but they're not burning down a neighborhood. They're running through fields, right? Because they're on an adventure. What's preventing these wildfires?
That's exactly what I was going with. It's like, I'm not so much worried about, I mean, I guess you could send the kid a thing of burn ointment in case he hugs his dinosaur too hard. But I'm just thinking about the grass, the fields, the trees. Like, how many fire extinguishers can you pack on your shoulders? Do you run around with a little, the weed sprayer. It's got a weed spray, a little pump battery sprayer, so you can spray out everything he touches.
It comes out fast enough.
How do they do in the Poke world? I didn't see.
You know, and that's one thing you don't really see is you don't see how do they deal with like real world problems. You know, you don't ever see anyone really light on fire because they came too close to their creature. But yeah, I mean, we're definitely running into some scenarios where this creature could run wild and wreak havoc.
Yeah, I'm thinking you give me a little one of those the field boots, the fire boots, so I can stomp at it. I'll just walk behind him, stomping out fires and a little bit of burn cream before my feet hurt.
Guess you won't get bored on your walk.
No, you'll be stomping and jumping like a little kid jumping in rain puddles.
Right? Now up next, we have Charmeleon's Cherry Berry Tart. It is a pastry dough with a kind of a sweet and spicy jam inside, a little bit of sprinkle of cayenne, and a little bit of a cinnamon glaze.
A little bit of cayenne.
We're cinnamon theming this for you because I know how much you love it. Let's dive in.
But yeah, what could go wrong?
Everything. I think that glaze sweetens it up.
And then you taste the cayenne right behind it.
Mm-hmm. That's a hearty dessert right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as you enjoy that, what if Pokeballs, right? Pokeball being the technology that you catch the Pokemon with, right?
Okay.
Shrinks them down using some form of either light or electromagnetic type technology.
Okay, I'm with you.
Stores them in there. What if they had biometrics and AI built into it, right? What are some benefits that could help monitor Pokemon stats, could help provide some balance as to what their mood is or what their health is, so as they're stored more or less in this electronic medium.
Okay, so we're putting some biometrics and stuff on here. Well, I like that for security because, you know, network security and everything. Little biometrics, so they have to, on your thumb, so you can't be stealing my stuff because I don't want nobody stealing my stuff. Health
Don't
monitoring.
Want me stealing your pets.
No. God, that cayenne's a kicker.
And it more or less, for example here, stores the Pokemon. Of course, we have Charmander in here. Stores them in here, and it becomes more or less their home. Right?
Okay.
How do you keep that safe besides biometrics? That are we thinking? Hey, by the way, we should have, you know.
So is this like a little Faraday cage then? That's what I'm picturing. I'm picturing a little Faraday cage, so you can't touch it. So you can't EMP kill the guy, or is that?
Yeah, no. I mean, they are more or less protected in there. You see them often in the anime or in the games. The Pokemon gets injured, they faints or that. They recall them to the Pokeball. Seems to keep them safe or in like a stasis until they get to a Poke Center to be healed. Right.
Okay, so there's no actual healing or medical work going on there.
Yeah, not really.
There's no little Smurfs in there working around doing little magic.
No hamsters either.
No Smurfette doing her little work. Gotcha. Okay. I'm at a loss.
I look at sensors of like, there's got to be some form of like, unless they're purely stored as digital information within there.
That's what it looks like.
I mean,
from what I've seen,
if they're shrunk down in there, you're probably going to want air sensors, right? If it's digital information, you're probably going to want some type of air correction technology because who wants their Pokemon to be randomly corrupted?
So are those ventilated?
I don't know.
So does moisture and when they go through different environments, does that hurt them at all? Or so like it's like if I get in a really humid jungle. You
don't ever see like if a person is carrying a Charmander and they fall into the water, you don't ever see the Charmander come out dead.
Okay, so they're sealed.
So they must be sealed.
Okay.
Again, probably like I said, if it's a digital tech, probably stored in digital. So if thinking about them as digital information, what's a good way to actually protect them in there? I mean, I would think maybe each Pokeball has a firewall, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stumble over some words there, but something to protect them from being hacked, from being corrupted, because obviously you don't want that. But
yeah, there's going to have to be like some multi-factor authentication going on there. I feel like some firewalls going on.
Yeah, how do you keep people from just snatching your Pokeball and throwing it? Though in the movies and the anime, you do have Team Rocket, who more or less are Pokemon thieves who steal Pokeballs, and they don't seem to have a problem recalling the Pokemon out. So there must not be really any type of protection.
No.
Yeah, no two-factor.
No two-factor. There's
no zero trust environment there.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If I know what to suggest for the next round of movies to come out, let's call it tech on this one. I'll secure you guys' stuff.
Put some biometrics right on that Pokeball release.
Mm-hmm.
Now, speaking of that, the next up is Charizard's Flamethrower Pasta.
Flamethrower Pasta.
Yeah, it is a fire roasted habanero sauce. It's got some chipotle peppers in it, some red pepper flakes, made with, of course, a tomato base, just like your normal pasta sauce would. Some paprika, some olive oil, lemon zest.
Paprika.
And, of course, any pasta noodles of your choice.
Okay.
And while you eat that, we're gonna talk cybersecurity of the Pokeballs, right? We've talked multi-factor of that. What are some cybersecurity tactics that you're going to put in to more or less keep Team Rocket out of your Pokeballs?
I think we were just talking about that. There's definitely going to have to be some sort of real biometrics or some sort of eye scanning, some retinal scanners on there. Like, why not? You got the little design.
Can it just build it in there? We also touched on zero trust, the idea of, hey, by the way, when a person catches a Pokemon in the Poke World, they're allowed to have 6 Pokemon with them, okay? These 6 Pokemon with them are there. As you catch additional, did the pepper hit you?
Oh, the paprika sneaked out. I was like, that's straight paprika. Love it.
As Pokemon trainers catch more, the data is then transfer them to the Pokemon. That's Charizard right there.
That's a Charizard meal there.
That's a Charizard. He is definitely on fire. But the data is transferred, obviously, electronically, probably in some form of wireless medium. So think, again, protections on that. I'm thinking Zero Trust Network.
Yeah.
That fire sauce it's there. That is
that's a fire sauce.
Should have that with the bomb.
Yeah. What could go wrong? When you feel like it's in your nose and up in your sinuses. I'm losing my train of thought now.
I was gonna say, took your breath away with that one. This one doesn't even have the bomb in it, by the way. This is straight like, these are like those chilies you put in. Oh, I've lost the word.
Yeah,
it's like a Mexican style meat.
The asada, the hot peppers that you put in with the asada.
You could put it with asada. I'll think of it eventually. But yeah, they basically a can of those in there, and the little chipotle peppers, and they show their presence.
Yeah, there's no doubt what is in here. Okay, so we talked about networks. We talked about
zero trust. Obviously, in the Poke world, they're going to have to be using some VLAN technology, separating off the different regions. I would assume you'd hate to have cyber criminals in one region able to access the Pokemon in another.
Just like some geofencing going on.
You know, the funny piece is the trainers are allowed to. They obviously cross through regions, just like just like you travel to different countries, they travel to different regions. Now, there's never any mention of passporting or that, though they do live in more or less a hybrid digital world of the idea of, I have a Pokedex that tells me about everything. A Pokedex being basically a digital encyclopedia about their Pokemon. It can identify creatures in the wild. We've seen it in games where it carries their ID in that. So you have to think that maybe it's their digital passport to travel as well. But yeah, besides zero trust and firewall and multi-factor, I mean, there's probably some texts out there that could think of different things. But you also have to think if they're transporting physical medium, basically as light waves, they've also probably have gotten to more or less quantum computing, at which point in time you see the world right now where they're trying to figure out how do you protect standard cryptology versus a quantum computer. It's not really super feasible because quantum computing can just compute way faster than a traditional computer. But yeah, I think those are some good methods we could start with. Now, as a last and final question, as you enjoy whatever food you want to finish here, if your Pokemon could cook, what smart kitchen gadgets would you use to create or help control, especially a fire Pokemon, to avoid burning your dinner?
Well, my smart oven has a Bluetooth, so I can control the temperature. So if he's trying to lean over the fire or the oven, he never cook, and I can always turn the temps down and shut it off.
Would more or less have to control where they input the flame into the oven and have a way to more or less, lack of a better term, use like a venting or a closing off, like a valve system where they're heating maybe water that heats the oven.
I need to watch more movies.
Yeah, you do.
I need to figure out more about these guys. I just knew he was a dinosaur. To me, he's a T-Rex with fire on his tail. I know everybody's out there like, this guy.
Charizard can blow fire, obviously. So can Charmander and Charmeleon. It's not just fire on their rear, it's fire out of their mouth.
That's what this is right here. This is how Charizard does it right here. He eats this. And he's like, oh.
This powers it. You will breathe fire after that. But you got any closing thoughts that you'd like to share with the group? Obviously, next time we're going to be diving into another fantastical world. We'll kind of try to keep everybody posted as we get that. Planning is always a special case in our side. But any final closing thoughts?
No.
Enjoy the food.
That was some good spice.
Yeah, it's got some heat. It's got some heat. I'm an occasional dessert eater. I actually didn't mind the Pop-Tart thing. The drink is interesting, but that's just because I don't put ginger and cinnamon typically together and then add it into soda. That's an interesting twist. But if you enjoyed what you saw, just take a moment, like, subscribe, and follow us for some more as we try some more foods and enjoy some more regions.
See you next time.